Hi, good morning. It's Ariel from the beautiful mountains of North Carolina. Happy morning, night, day, yesterday, today, wherever you are. It's starting to really change seasons here. We had our first frost, and it was, as you can tell, it was really a bit chilly. But this morning I had an early morning appointment, and I had this most extraordinary ride through the mountains as the sun came up. And I was like, thank you for this gift. It was just gorgeous, gorgeous. So, good morning, lovely Lily. Thank you so much for being here. So, what are the steps to becoming who we really want to be in the world? And I don't know about you, but the question then comes down to who do you want to be in the world? And this is a really huge question for me, and it impacts everything I do every day. How do I want to touch lives? How do I want to be perceived? How do I create impact? And as Ray Higdon says, who do we want to be is far different than our why. And so, for instance, talking about business, in business, we're asked to define our why, and that might work as our emotional drive. But who we want to be in the world takes vision. So, what's the definition then of vision? Vision is seeing where you want to be without having to know how to get there. So the question is, how then do we make the biggest impact to getting to who we want to be in the world? And whether we know it or not, we actually all know the answer to that. How do we make the biggest impact? Because it feels so good when we do. It feels so good when we give, when we're compassionate, when there's so much more that we can do. And we feel, and the better that we feel, the more drive we have to continue this process. And so there's no guilt in doing this process. It's no guilt that because we're making money, then we have to give. That's not about being impactful. We're doing it because it makes us feel good. And it makes us feel good when we are at our best of being compassionate, caring. How can I help you? How can I help you solve a problem? And ultimately, isn't that why we're really here? We want to connect. We're, one consciousness. So what are the steps to living who we truly want to be in the world? So I think there are 4 of them, but one of them is deciding to think bigger. And I think this takes a lot of work, and Lily would agree with me on this, that got to change your mindset. Instead of I can't, it's oh yes I can. And I might not know how, but I've made the decision that I'm going to think bigger. And then the second one is, once you've made that decision then to think bigger, it's okay, I have to take action. And when we take that action, it's not just for today, it's for tomorrow and 5 years from now. So then the third one is become a machine of impact. And what that means is find the resources. Even if you've never done something before, figure it out. What resources do you need to know? And the fourth thing is, I think this is big too, is master the concept that the larger I grow my action and my business, then the larger my impact can be, so that I will truly step into being who I want to be in the world. So now is our moment of truth, the moment to choose our path and master the concept that, especially for us as entrepreneurs, as Lily knows, and Catherine and Sylvia, thank you all for being here, is that the larger I can grow my business, the larger I can be of impact. And the more I can be of impact, the more I can truly live in the world as who I think I was really destined to be. And once we take that step, this is really big too. I don't know, for me, I don't know what you think, is that once we take that step, we no longer look for the external reasons to hijack our dream or our action, because we step into the posture of knowing this is why I'm here. So we know that at that moment in this action, we can say, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm growing into the who I so do want to be in the world. So the 4 steps again are deciding to think bigger, then take the action, become a machine of impact, and master the concept that the larger I grow my action and my business, the larger impact I can make. So on the flip side of that, I know what it's like not to be who we want to be in the world. I know what it's like to be so ill that you cannot care for yourself. I know what it's like to not be able to put food in my refrigerator. But now I know how to grow into being the person who I was truly meant to be. So if I can, then oh yes, you can too, because I'm here to help you grow into who you really want to be in the world. So if you're ready to take that step, just let me know. And thank you everyone for being here. It's time. You deserve it. Step into who you truly are.